Welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Antec GX700. Now you might have noticed that this box is an Antec 900 box, so we actually got our sample sent before the GX700 had a proper retail box or something like that. So that's why we don't have a GX700 box, but we have some box to open, so we're not going to worry too much about that, being all butthurt about not having the right box. And we do have the right case inside. So everything is okay. Oh, wait, no, okay, I see what they've done here. They do have a box for the GX700, but it is actually inside a 900 box or something. And we're just gonna have to be creative about this and open it up because, there we go. Go away, 900 box. Hulk rip with my thumb that hurts a lot now. There we go. It's sort of like a birthing process. One case born of another case that is not actually related to it in any way, which is like a divine miracle of okay, you know what? Moving right along to the GX700, which we do have a box for, and we are going to start unboxing it. We should just restart the video here because this is ridiculous. There we go. So this is aimed to be the every gamer case. It has the features that people want. So it has things like top-mounted radiator support, dual 120. There's a piece of foam that will apparently do something. It's right there. Okay. Hard foam on the outside. This is a value-oriented case, although when you do see the feature list, I know that we saw this case in the Antec suite at CES, and we all guessed higher numbers for the MSRP than it actually is. Ouch. This is a reviewer's guide. It's okay, I've been briefed on this already. Okay. So that's why you're going to see hard foam included. It's not that heavy, so hopefully it's not going to cause any problems in shipping. The one place where I would kind of pause, or the one thing that would give me pause, it would be shipping a fully loaded GX700 in the stock box. I don't know how comfortable I'd be with that because the additional weight of the components inside does add additional weight. So let's start with the front panel. Front panel is pretty straightforward. You've got 4 5¼ inch bays. The way these clip in is actually kind of cool. There you go. Hold on. You're going to notice something here. Whoa! You hear that sound? That's because these front covers are actually made of metal on this case. It's been a long time since I've seen like a custom metal front panel on a, okay, I'm just going to give away the surprise, on a $69 case. So very cool. And there's some functionality to the clips. They actually clip this in place. This piece is plastic here. This piece is plastic here, so you're not going to have to worry about scratching the paint off of it because it's colored plastic. And then these parts are metal right here. Power button, reset switch, hard drive and power LEDs, and then this is cool as well. So there's 4 thumb screws here. This is a dog taggy style chunk of metal as well right here that just says GX700 and Antec. You can actually take it off if you really wanted to. There's it's just folded over the back, so it's not really that difficult to remove and put something else on there. And then this piece right here is actually metal as well. So this is just a cover for, hopefully I can, yeah, there we go. This is just a cover for, there you go, a removable fan filter. So you can pop that out, clean it, pop it back in, presumably, because you want your computer to be clean, and then you can go ahead and thread these guys back in here. I wish it was a little bit easier to get at, but I do like the aesthetic of the whole sort of, thumb screws thing with the rugged looking sort of case. Front I/O. This is where the aesthetic sort of gets away from me a little bit because the front is very obviously sort of a green and black theme, whereas the top is mostly black, but then it's actually got green on the front I/O. So you can see 2 USB 3, 2 USB 2, microphone, headphone, and this is kind of cool actually. This one I like. Here's the fan speed controller, low, medium, and high. It has 3 switches for the integrated controller. I wish that this was green or something like that so that it looked more like black with green accents. Right now it's just sort of black, and then you've got a little bit of green. You could fix that up by putting like some spray painted green fans under here or something like that. Then it would actually look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and have a look at the side, which is black, and the other side, which is also black. You've got a 120 millimeter fan mount here. Those fan mounts in the top were 120/140, so you could do either a 120 or a 140 mil fan. 7 expansion slots, that's pretty standard. Bottom mounted power supply, and then you've got kind of a thing going on here. Forget how this works. I think you push it here, and then it should, there we go. So that gives you access to all the thumb screws back there. So you just kind of, oh, hold on, switch to the wrong thing. There we go, are we good? Is that the right thing? What's going on? There we go, okay, good. For some reason, it's really, really dark. We'll be back. There we go, we got that fixed. Sorry about that, guys. It's a black case and it's a black table, and then there's a button right here that you press to get access to the thumb screws so that you can toollessly put in PCI cards or whatever else you want. Also, I made a mistake on the price point before, as was pointed out by both Diesel and Slick, who told me that it's actually $59, so it's a $60 case. And there's a 120 mil fan in the back. So it's got 3 fans included, which is already, if you buy fans, they do cost money. So that's already something like a, at least $20 value, depending what kind of fans you're buying. So there you go. Side panel, yeah, it has some flex to it. However, it does have reinforcements here, and here in the typical sort of Antec fashion. So you always know something built by Antec is going to be well built. It's not just going to be sort of like a flimsy piece of metal attached to another flimsy piece of metal. Interior-wise, we see the layout of this case really start to shine here. So you've got the staple Antec 3.5-inch drive cages. They're actually accessible from the other side panel on this particular case. I'm going to take off the thumb screws at the back here and show you how they slide out from the other side. There we go. Other side panel is identical to the first one, except that it doesn't have the 120 millimeter fan mount. Here we go. Instructions. Pull them out here. So once you put a hard drive in these, they will stiffen up significantly. And you can see it's got little dots in here, so those will go into the hard drives. They are completely toolless. I kind of wish they'd give you the option to screw them in. You can see there are no holes in the side here. You can also easily mount a 2.5-inch drive on here by using the holes that are in the bottom. So you've got 5 hard drive sleds right there, and then since we're at the back anyway, you can also see the toolless mechanism for the 5.25-inch bays. This is just operated by twisting, pulling off, putting back on, and then locking back into place again, and the 5.25-inch bays do give you the option to screw in the drives. A large CPU cutout, this is something that's become a bit of a standard feature now, as well as cable management loops, so you can see 1, 2, 3 cable management loops here on the back of the motherboard tray. That allows you to keep the cables flat, which makes it easier to put the back side panel on. I wouldn't have minded seeing a little bit more room for cable management back here, so I think you're going to have trouble running a 24-pin up the side here. However, you can see they did leave space here where it goes in to run a 24-pin. So there's lots of room for an 8-pin, enough room for a 24-pin next to the mother. Oh, okay, well that's what they intended. Okay, never mind, we don't need more space. So 24-pin goes here, and all is well in my world. From the front of the case, there's not a whole lot you can see that you couldn't see from the back, to be perfectly honest. There's your power supply mount, so you do have a filtered, there we go, intake here at the bottom. Show you guys that. You can pull that out, replace it. No big deal. You've got 4 little dots that'll hold the power supply slightly off the bottom of the case. And then you've also got, like I said before, rear-mounted power supply. This holds it in. Cable management goes here and then up the sides here. So you're able to bring them out for the optical bays, for graphics cards, and then here for the 24-pin for the CPU. I did say before that there was room for 120 millimeter, dual 120 millimeter liquid cooler in the top, so you would be able to do that. There's 140 mil fans there now, but the mounting holes are included for 120, and then you do have enough space. You can see the top of the motherboard will be about here. So there's exactly enough space for a rad there. And then if you wanted, you could also add another 120 millimeter fan here, and it looks like there would be enough space that you wouldn't have any interference there, which is actually quite cool. So thank you for checking out my unboxing and first look at the GX700. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos. And Slick and Diesel also corrected me on another thing that I was wrong about. So the fan speed controller here is actually off low, and high, not low, medium, and high. So, yeah, sorry, my bad.